What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video, which will be the WWE 2K25 simulation of Backlash. This year's Backlash is in St. Louis, but obviously here on WWE 2K, if you play it, the only Backlash stadium they have is France, as you can see here on the screen. But I'm excited to see what WWE 2K says is going to be the outcome of the matches for this weekend. Um, if you so happen to be catching this video later on and not live when it's happening here on Twitch, maybe on the YouTube channel or whatnot, this is being filmed on the Wednesday before Backlash. So if there's any other matches added to the card on Friday Night SmackDown, those will not be played out in this video. But for today's purposes, I am going based off of what I have seen being confirmed um, on for the card for Saturday, and it is John Cena versus Randy Orton, Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch, Dominic Mysterio versus Penta, Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre versus LA Knight versus Damian Priest for the Fatal Four Way, and then Pat McAfee versus Gunther. Now there hasn't been any set order of what the match card's going to be. So, not 2K will be doing the Sims and predicting who's going to win. I am going to predict the match order um, of how everything's going to play out. Uh, I did, if you were paying attention to the last 2K stream, which was for 2K, the last 2K sim that I did was for WrestleMania 41. And night one, I got pretty accurate in the sense of match order. I think there was only one match out of order for that night. Night two, I did absolutely horrible. I did not get it. I mean, I got some of them correct, but not. Night two was just a worst night in predicting the match order for me. So let's see how I do for Backlash. This is only the third 2K sim I've done for a WWE Premium Live event. The first one was for Elimination Chamber, but I only just did the Elimination Chamber main event. Um, so this time it's going to be a little bit different. With now a full Backlash, this will be my second one where I do a full card. So I'm excited. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. But yeah, let's get into it. So out of the five matches that I believe that are officially confirmed as of right now for Backlash, I think the one that will kick off the show, I think based off of popularity of superstars right now, will probably be Dominic Mysterio versus Penta. Um, the bad part of it is though is the fact that Penta is not in the game yet. On 2K, he doesn't come till July in one of the DLC packs that comes out later on in July this year. And I had a similar issue in the WrestleMania 41 sim is no Penta. Who do I put in place of Penta? I've gone back and forth on who could replace him in that in the WrestleMania 41 one. I think I ended up going with Andrade. I think I genuinely do not remember. Um, it could have been Dragon Lee. I know. I think it was a mixture of both. I think my argument was if I use Dragon Lee, it's another master wrestler, so why not? Um, and then I used or Andrade because hey, another Mexican, a fellow Mexican wrestler, so why not? Um, so I've been kind of going back and forth on who I should use for this one. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this. Dominic should be the champion. I don't know if I have it set up that way in the sense of championship belts um, and whatnot, but we'll see. But it'll be Dirty Dom versus. Ah, you know what? I'm gonna just do Ray. Just do another masked wrestler. To hell with it. I think it'll be another nice matchup. I know they fought each other in the past, but let's just see what 2K says. say if Ray could pull it off in place of Penta. I'm gonna turn match title on just to see if I have Dominic with the championship here. Yes, I do. So it'll work out beautifully. Um, Before I hit start, just other reminders. There will be no entrances. There's copyright issues with WWE, so not to mess with that. With all entrance music, and just have a silent walk to the ring. There will be no entrances. Um, but yeah, it's just gonna jump straight into the match, and at the end they'll celebrate with no music as well. So that's gonna be kind of awkward, but it is what it is. But let's see who 2K says is gonna win. What I believe will be the opening match will be Dominic Mysterio versus Penta. But remember, no Penta in the game at the moment, so I chose Rey Mysterio um, as his replacement. I think they're gonna just keep it on Dominic um, in the actual matchup on Saturday. I don't think they want to switch to Penta just yet, but I also do want to. I mean, to have to take in consideration the fact that Worlds Collide is coming in what is it, June? Um, and that's a premium live event that WWE is putting together now that they own AAA Lucha Libre Mexican company, and I think they're just trying to bring in like have their version of what AEW did with Forbidden Door. I think they're trying to do their version of it with Worlds Collide, and it may be beneficial to have Penta with a championship. So I can see them giving it to Penta in that regard. And Penta's super popular already from since he debuted. Um, but I also do believe like Dominic has a humongous amount of not celebrity, but momentum behind him and crowd control behind him. Just because even at WrestleMania when he won the chip, he ran back into the ring just because of the ovation he was receiving. So I do see maybe Dominic keeping it, maybe to keep Penta's momentum still going. They do it in the sense of like some sort of interference or something like that, which I know is a trope here in WWE. Majority of the time, that's how that happens. But we'll see. We'll see. If I were to be a betting man, I think it would be Dominic. So that's just my choice. Let's see what WWE says will be the outcome of this match.
Plenty of battles waged over the Intercontinental Championship over the years between legends and absolute titans of this business. This match could easily be history in the making. Taking control with a rear waist lock. Getting grounded and now put into a headlock. Getting out and now locking in the side headlock. Ooh. Takes control. Down for the pin. That could have been a surprise early ending. Into the ring again now. All tied up now. Getting pushed into the corner. Strong show of strength here. There's some power behind that punch. Head control applied. Quick pin. Championship on the line. The challenger's shoulder up after one. Not quite. And they tie up with a collar and elbow. Getting out nicely to transition into a waistlock. And there's the takedown. A champion is getting rocked a little.
A little showboating from the greatest luchador of all time. Baseball slide, drop kick. Targeting the leg, doing what they have to do to cut away at the base.
Does having grown up watching his dad's matches and being trained by him play in Dominic's favor at all?
I think it has to, Cole, because no one knows Ray the way Dominic does. Dominic knows his dad's go-to strategies, his favorite moves. That knowledge might just let him get one step ahead of his father.
Strong impact. Mysterio counters quickly. For the 619!
Ray laid a whooping on Dom like only family can.
That took athleticism. Double leg.
Uh-oh.
And just in time.
Inside cradle applied, shoulders down.
A kick out before won by the challenger.
Amazing. Kick to the cranium of their opponent.
The challenger enduring the punishment.
Dominic with plenty of fire behind that attack.
Oh, I thought the champ had it.
Now is not the time to wallow in disbelief. Pressure must be kept on.
DDT.
Spiked. Making the climb to the top rope. Lift off.
Surprise by Rey Mysterio.
Could that be enough to gain the title?
It's over. The reign is over.
Wow. I was not expecting that finish at all.
And new WWE Intercontinental Champion, Rey Mysterio!
A brutal loss for our now former champion.
He had the championship mindset going into this match, and now he has the hardware to go along with it.
So as just a reminder, I replaced Penta with Rey Mysterio. So 2K is saying that Penta will win the championship this Saturday. Again, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I do believe he has a lot of momentum and popularity behind him. But again, same thing could be said about Dominic. So either way, I think it'll be good. But I do predict it being the first match of the PLE. Another thing to note, if you've never watched one of my 2K Sims before, I only plug and play. So I'm just going to plug in the characters, let 2K decide who's going to win. I don't think it's a fair advantage for me to control the character I believe is going to win, just because then it won't be an actual simulation. So yeah, just want to make sure everybody is aware of that. The next match, I believe, that will happen will probably be Pat McAfee versus Gunther. I think that's what's going to be the next matchup. In my opinion, I think maybe you should keep Lyra versus Becky Lynch as the co-main event. Just because it's Becky Lynch. And it's your only women's title fight. If it's not the co-main event, then I believe it should be a third match. But like I said, I think the second matchup will regardless be Pat McAfee versus Gunther. And I think that should be just an easy dub for Gunther. I genuinely do not understand why we're having this matchup. I don't understand why Gunther went out on the attack against Pat McAfee. I get it. Pat has always constantly cheered for Jey Uso and done all that and whatnot, and like I stood up on the announce table and cheered and went with the music and whatnot. But like, I don't know. Why are we choosing Pat? You know, like one of the things I will say Like, if you guys haven't been watching a lot on social media or seeing um, his interviews or podcasts or whatnot, but like, use Karrion Cross. Karrion Cross, I think, is a character or a person that they haven't been using, and you could use in place of Pat McAfee. Like, it doesn't make sense in my opinion. Um, but I mean, to each their own on that one. I guess maybe Pat wanted to wrestle, hasn't wrestled in a hot minute, wants something physical to do. But again, nothing against Pat. I'm not saying he can't wrestle. I'm not saying he can't perform. But there are superstars that we could be using in place of Pat McAfee. Because like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's other commentators as well, but like, what's Pat McAfee going to do? Stand up from his commentary table, wrestle, and then come back? Or they don't use him on commentary the whole night so he can have his own entrance? Like, what are they doing? You know? But yeah, we'll see. I think the winner of this matchup will be Gunther. Um, just let him get his revenge. Let us get his anger out because of losing to Jey Uso. I think this may be like also another funny one where Pat McAfee may have people from his show or football players that are maybe famous to St. Louis because when the Rams were there or whatever, just outside interference as well for this matchup. But we'll see. We'll see. But my prediction would be that Gunther wins this one. Um, but Pat McAfee could win if he has outside interference. But again, let's see what 2K decides is going to be the winner of this one. I think it should be a landslide.
Here in WWE, Gunther is known as the ring general, a fitting name for a savvy in-ring veteran whose cunning tactics and ruthless execution are razor sharp.
Few superstars are as
He goes for the quick pin attempt. And he kicks out.
Maybe just testing the waters with that one.
Big forearm.
Uh-oh.
What a hurrah. Sometimes you just gotta show off and show up. Oh, looking to finish this one early. One count and he gets his shoulder up.
He thought he could get this thing finished fast.
Oh, hip drop to the gut. And it's scattered. Now can capitalize. Big forearm.
And into the collar and elbow. Demonstrating power here, able to drive the opposition to the ropes.
Oh, face.
Locks up.
Finds a way to get into a wrist lock of their own.
A painful top wrist lock now.
Oh, man. What a nasty STO. Misses the target. Vicious right forearm.
Over the top and lands awkwardly outside.
He's out of the ring. What does he have in mind now? An elbow will break that up. Boom! What an uppercut. Jordan
Drops a knee.
His stamina is getting tested here.
Yeah, watching Gunther aggressively work the opposition.
And not that I'm rooting for this outcome, but what should your game plan be against Pat McAfee?
Look, Pat's a hell of an athlete, but he's not exactly a fully trained wrestler. Out-wrestle him. Force him into unfamiliar territory where his athleticism won't help him.
He got in. He got inside cradle. Oh, look at this small package. Elevates his shoulder ahead of the count.
I suppose you have to take the shot, but it's still too early to wrap up this one just yet.
Devastating elbow.
Oh, stop, stop, stop. Forearm smash after the stops. Oh, look at this. Just cranking the head. That's got to hurt. Cranking the head.
Oh, no. Look what we have here. He has no idea what's coming his way.
Drop toe hold.
And he's letting his prey stumble right into his trap.
Gunther just beat. Shoulders down, going for the cover. Kick out, close to 3.
That was a long 2 count there. Gunther wants to finish this.
Powerbomb.
That is out. That's it.
There's 2. And Gunther takes it.
Yeah, that's about right. That should be the outcome on Saturday.
And it's Gunther who stands victorious.
I never doubted Gunther for a second.
Gunther doesn't seem surprised either. He expected to win.
Yeah, Gunther is a beast, man. I get why they gave Jey Uso the championship after or during WrestleMania, like have Jey Uso win. But like Gunther's a beast, and I hope he's in a title hunt sooner rather than later. I think it would be nice to have him as champion again. And actually, I wouldn't mind him revisiting a rivalry with Drew McIntyre. Those were spectacular matches. But I mean, there's fresh people to be fighting as well. So yeah. But that was the second match, or what I predict to be the second match, was Pat McAfee versus Gunther. 2K as of right now has Gunther winning his match and has Penta winning the Intercontinental Championship. The third matchup, I think now that I've said it earlier, I think maybe the third matchup might be Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. And here's the reason why. A little bit of a spoiler of how I think the card's going to play out, or at least the main event. And this is probably why I am making a change, because originally what I thought was going to be the card was Dominic Mysterio versus Penta, Pat McAfee versus Gunther, the Fatal 4-Way for the United States Championship that features Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, Damian Priest, the co-main event of Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch, and then the main event of John Cena, Randy Orton. That's how I thought it was going to go. But now that I thought about it, seeing how WrestleMania 41 ended with John Cena's main event and winning, the match was a dud. I mean, don't get me wrong, storyline wise, I get it. You know, you're trying to imply that you're trying to ruin wrestling. And you did ruin it with a dud of a match, you know, a dud of a finish at least. So why not continue that same mentality and have, once again, the heel Cena trying to ruin wrestling and have a dud ending to this pay-per-view. Now, granted, the pay-per-view is in St. Louis. St. Louis is Randy Orton's hometown. You would probably want to put a banger as a match, and especially since you're hyping it up as the one last time match between John Cena and Randy Orton. So you could potentially not end it with a dud or a ruined ending. So with that being said, just on the off chance they go that route of what they did with WrestleMania, John Cena's trying to ruin wrestling, and even do a callback to, you know, a title match way back in the past of Randy Orton versus John Cena, where Randy slapped the official and did an automatic DQ to you know, retain the title. Maybe John Cena does the same thing now that he's a heel, just as a callback to that. To make sure that doesn't happen, maybe you have a spectacular match happen right before it. Now, granted, you have a match happen right before it, and you try to top it with the main event, it will be difficult. But it is what it is. You're trying to save the show, maybe, you know? Again, not trying to bash Randy or John Cena saying they're going to have a bad match, but on the off chance, you know, that was one of the major critiques or things that were complained about the fact that, bro, you guys couldn't even top last year's main event. shoot, even night one's main event was better than night two's main event. Um, so with that being said, I'm gonna make a slight change to what my prediction was, and I'll do Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch as the third match. My reason behind it is, don't get me wrong, I like the storyline behind it. They're both, you know, from Ireland. Um, Lyra looked up to Becky. Becky betrayed her. I get it, but I don't know. Lyra just hasn't proved herself as a performer. And maybe this is her coming out moment. You know, put a banger out there with Becky Lynch, but I just don't see it happen. I just don't. Um, and again, that may sound like I'm trying to bash the female division. I'm not. I'm really not trying to. I just don't see it going well. I just don't. Um, I hope it does. You know, I hope I'm wrong. I wholeheartedly hope I'm wrong. Um, but I don't think it should be. Um, I don't think this matchup is going to live up to the hype or be that great. And once again, I know this is going to be the third time I mention it, but I think this matchup will also have interference. I think Bailey, excuse me, I don't even know what I just said. Bailey will come in and intervene and cost Becky, just like Becky supposedly cost Bailey at WrestleMania, which in my opinion was messed up. Um, but yeah, I think for this one, Lyra's going to keep it, but with um, with interference from Bailey, or that's my top number one prediction. And that's the route I'm gonna take. But another prediction I do have is Becky does win. Now that you've introduced two more women's titles, they're supposed to be the mid card titles and whatnot. There are no more Grand Slam champions in the women's division. Um, and for those of you that don't know what Grand Slam means, is winning every title available to you. Like Becky won the Raw and SmackDown, NXT, the WWE Women's Tag. Like she's won all the titles that she could possibly win. But now you have two new ones. So I can see Becky winning, so she could be the first one to get there in the sense like she does still need to win the women's US title. But like if she wins the Intercontinental, then she only has one more. You still have other women that are kind of on the same level with her in the sense of needing just these last two, but her be the first one with the leg up, you know what I mean? And you can still have Becky win and then Becky could start beating on Lyra at the end and then Bailey can still come at the end and be like, all right, it's you and me now. To elevate the mid card titles, that would be nice. Um, so I can see both. I can see both happening. But again, I think my first prediction is the one that's going to happen. But we'll see what 2K says.
Big match here as we see the women's Intercontinental title up for grabs.
Well, the men's Intercontinental Championship has often been viewed as the workhorse title. And this one's also earning that same reputation.
For the women's division this deep, that's not at all surprising, Corey.
Turns it around with a chin lock.
Makes the move to a kneeling armbar. Gets underneath and into the arm drag.
What a hurricane! Locking up.
Being overtaken here, driven into the corner.
Big right hand. Bam! She flipped that attack around.
Collar and elbow. Into a rear waist lock now. The early quick cover, title on the line. And she kicks out.
He's trying to get this thing done as quickly as possible.
An arm breaker. Look at this.
With a DDT.
And now Lyra has the momentum.
Becky's fighting spirit needs to cause a change here.
Knew what Valkyria had coming.
And that could be a first step towards Becky gaining control.
Becky weathered the storm. Here we go. Goes under the ropes and into the ring. I don't care who you are. You're not the same after suffering a crash landing like that.
Becky Lynch is as resilient and determined as they come. Corey, how do you go about trying to crack Becky's toughness in the ring?
You have to be relentless, Cole. Not letting up even for a moment. Giving Becky time to collect herself or recover is a big-time mistake and will only fuel that fire of hers.
Driven right into the post. Oh, man.
What a headbutt. I'm worried our announce table will soon be in the line of fire here.
Who cares about the table? What about us?
Ooh, Becky just aggressively going after that arm.
Oh, wicked kick to the lower back.
Another leg drop.
Oh, look at the start of this. Could be going into the playbook for submission.
Caught the arm and is testing its tensile strength.
And you can see...
Fujiwara, oh, nice way to get out. Nice cross body.
Boom! Oh, right to the kidneys.
Golly.
Stomping down. Heading for the top rope, looking for something big here.
Perched up top.
Diving leg drop. And into the pin. Title on the line.
Oh.
And she kicks out at two.
She is still fighting, still keeping this going.
Oh, and Becky fights back.
Becky Lynch, exploder suplex.
Lynch, she's thinking big.
Becky Lynch, diving leg drop from way up high.
The raw determination of Becky Lynch really shining through. She just dug down deep there, but I don't know if she'll be able to do it again.
Uh-oh, Lynch is honing in.
Becky Lynch from behind. Elbow slam.
The challenger might have what it takes to win this.
Going for the cover. And the title's changing hands.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch.
A night and title change we will all remember for a very long time.
What a stunning moment. These superstars gave everything they had, but the new champ wanted it just a little bit more.
Again, I wouldn't be surprised with this ending. As I mentioned before, I guess I have two endings that I could foresee happening. So that as one of the endings is not far-fetched, in my opinion. But yeah, that'll be the third matchup. And the fourth matchup, it would be, in my opinion, the Fatal 4-Way for the U.S. Title. Again, just because you want to have it kind of end with a banger. You always want the pay-per-view to end with a banger, in my opinion, or at least try to, or something that will be able to be talked about. And I think that Fatal 4-Way is something to use just in case Randy Orton and John Cena end with a dud of an ending similar to WrestleMania Night 2. But yeah, this is my prediction. Is this next matchup would be the Fatal 4-Way. I was kind of hoping that Solo would have been in the match. I think you should start pitting Solo versus Jacob. I think that'd be a good matchup to have. Um, I just don't think they're ready to pull the trigger on it yet. Um, should I give Jacob Solo as his as a manager during the Fatal 4-Way? Let's just keep it simple just in case he doesn't go out there. Um, I don't know. I feel like I should. Either way, I do like the fact that you're still trying to keep Damian Priest relevant, LA Knight relevant, while also hyping up Jacob Fatu. And that's why I do believe Jacob's going to win, to keep the momentum winning, keep the aura building or aura farming, as they're saying, with Jacob Fatu going on. Just because, I mean, he is a beast. And these are three other men that he's going against that are beasts in their own right. Damian Priest is great. Drew McIntyre is great. LA Knight's great. And they're all popular. You still want to keep Damian Priest relevant, and that's good. You know, he still has some sort of momentum behind him, and you still have that bad blood between him and Drew McIntyre. So I do see why they're both in the matchup. Um, and Drew's a popular person too. LA Knight, again, I think he's just as relevant as all of these men too. And you don't want his star starting to dwindle, just because they didn't capitalize on him like a year beforehand. Um, but yeah, I think this will be a good matchup. 2K still has LA Knight with the or at least mine has it with LA Knight still having the United States Championship. But obviously Jacob Fatu has it in real life. My prediction for this one again would be that Jacob Fatu wins, and keeps the title reign going.
The bell rings, and we are set for a United States Championship battle in this fatal four-way contest with LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and Jacob Fatu.
The good news for the champion is that they only have to pin one opponent to leave with their title. The bad news is, so does everybody else.
No respect being shown whatsoever with those stomps.
And a kick. I don't think people realize the amount of strength it takes to hurl someone like that. Uh-oh. Oh, my God, what a move. And looking at Jacob Fatu.
Ooh, bad landing.
A fatal four-way is grueling, no matter who you're facing. What's the best way to survive in this chaotic setting?
Well, you nailed it, Cole. Survival is what a fatal four-way is all about. You don't want to gas yourself out before the competition, or you'll be fighting from behind the entire match.
What a headbutt. On the mark. Climbing the turnbuckles to the top. From the top. Elbow drop right on point. The fight got taken straight to McIntyre there.
Yeah, and this is the hostility Jacob Fatu wanted to bring.
Oh, swinging neck breaker. And LA Knight wants more from his opponent.
You have to be in peak physical condition to pull off a move with that much weight behind it.
The disrespect can be tasted in their mouth.
Shows that quick. Claymore. The challenger clearing a path
to the
to the title.
The champion thought that was it.
Unbelievable presence of mind.
I thought he was unconscious. McIntyre won't lose focus, though. He's got to remain as sharp as he was a few moments ago.
He's getting fired up now, really feeding off this crowd. Ooh.
Drew's tangled up here.
Absolutely spiked DDT.
We might see a new champion crown.
Just trademark determination from the Scotsman. Not many men would kick out in that situation.
That was a golden opportunity to end things. Now he's got to hope the opportunity presents itself again. champion.
Wow, I thought for sure that was it. Knight is in big jeopardy here.
Suplex.
This might be it.
He stops the pin.
This isn't over yet.
He wasted no time kicking out there.
How at this point? You don't even stay down long enough for a 1 count.
Set. Here's the pin. Title could be decided. He breaks the ref's count before 2.
He's still got life in this matchup.
Kicks out after 1.
These 1 counts are going to get harder and harder to kick out of.
Wait a minute, setting in. Devastating submission coming.
Targeting the shoulder with the claw.
He's
Escape and a takedown.
The Scottish Warrior staring into his opponent's soul right now, trying to see what they're made of.
ouch. Has to find a way out of this. Right across the larynx. The challenger is getting torn into.
Been holding strong for so long throughout this fatal 4-way.
These men have shown no indication of staying down.
Their guts, their fire won't allow them to give up.
Set up for the side Russian leg sweep.
Trying to get vertical, but he has no idea he's in the line of fire. Oh, big mistake, and that error could be costly.
McIntyre getting set up. Time for the countdown.
Has the champ pinned. Is this it? Counter stop. It's not over yet. And looking at Jacob Fatu.
Earth-shaking power slam. And you can see from the blood that real damage has been done.
Bright red evidence. He got caught badly by that blow.
Oh, devastating boot. Able to capitalize on McIntyre's mistake. Super kick. Oh, my God. With a pin for the title. And now here's Knight. Springboard off the top.
Springboard crossbody on the mark.
Lifted and completely helpless here.
Slam.
The challenger's in a bad way.
Yeah, but what else do you expect this deep in a fatal 4-way?
Taking a moment to get pumped off of this crowd's incredible energy.
Turns it around.
This arena has come unglued. You can feel the foundation shifting with every turn in the match.
Stops that offense from connecting.
Incoming.
Big champ's down. This one's for everything. Breaks the close count.
Incredible to think. After everything we've witnessed, we are still at a stalemate.
McIntyre getting ready.
Measuring him now, lining it up.
Take him.
Face first into the post. The champ getting closer and closer.
Oh, we headed toward the title change.
Cover.
We have a winner and a new champion. Drew.
That is not who I predict winning this one, but holy crap. That was entertaining, though.
WWE United States Champion, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Celebrating the championship win here.
He dug deep into his offensive arsenal and played defense at the right time. And now the title is his.
Yeah, I don't see that being the end result. But, I mean, it wouldn't be not entertaining. Like, having Drew win would finally give him another title. another title reign to have. He hasn't had one in a hot minute. And giving him a mid-card wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. They gave LA Knight the United States Championship when he was at like the peak, one of the peaks of his popularity. So it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing to give it to Drew either. But yeah, again, I don't foresee that being the result. I do still believe that Jacob Fatu is going to still win it. But you never know. That's just who 2K predicts is going to win. So yeah. Well, now on to the main event: Randy Orton versus John Cena. As much as I would love for the hometown hero to win the title, I don't believe that's what's at play here. You don't book John Cena's retirement tour of a whole year span and have him win the title just to lose it in the very next pay-per-view. I don't believe that's the right call, at least. Keep using heel Cena, keep seeing what you could get out of it. And I think Cena should rightfully win it because of that. Now, the last time John Cena did have a title reign, it only did last 14 days. So it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing to have the hometown hero Randy Orton win. If Randy does win, then Randy gets to, 15? 15 or 16 world titles at that point? Yeah, I think it's 15. So, because I think he's at 14 right now. So that wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing. Have Randy win. Randy hasn't also held championship gold in a hot minute. That was a singles gold. Like he's held tag team gold, but a singles gold, that would be nice. And then you could still, which granted, it says one last time as the undercard, or not the undercard, the under or the mid title or under title of what they're trying to hype up right now, in the sense of like saying, hey, John Cena, Randy Orton, one last time. Like, I get it. But if Randy wins, you could have it again in a different pay-per-view. But yeah, I think this is going to be straight shoot where John Cena just ends up winning. Some sort of dirty tactic, even if it is similar to what Randy pulled and slapping the referee and having the match end with a DQ. But I do believe that's the type of match we'll have, is something similar to that. But yeah, I think on my 2K it still says Cody. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're going to see what happens. But yeah, John Cena, I believe, is going to be the winner of this one.
When brands emerge in WWE, you get a title match like this. The Undisputed Championship is on the line, ladies and gentlemen.
And undisputed is the operative word here. There will be no doubt that the winner here is one of the best in the business.
Locking up with one another. Being driven back and is getting cornered now. Collar and elbow tie-up. Switching into the side headlock.
Oh, what a plex.
Thinking about a submission here. Boston Crab, the legendary Boston Crab.
Trying to free himself, trips the ankle, and he's out. And kicks off his opponent. Intercepts that attack with a knee right to the stomach.
Ooh. Scooped up. What are we looking for here?
With a fall-away slam. It wasn't the height or distance that caused the damage, but they certainly contributed.
Gets lifted into position.
Planted face first. Drives a foot into the stomach.
right to the chest. Are you kidding me?
Oh, gosh. That looked like a bad landing.
Oh, a springboard stunner by Cena. We know Cena rises to any challenge, but Orton's more dangerous now than ever. Is there something Cena must focus on in order to survive?
I think the challenge for Cena is going to be matching Orton's brutality. Cena needs to get to that same sadistic level as his longtime rival. That's how he beats the Viper at his own game. Big forearm.
Turns that away.
Oh, boy, here we go. We've seen it once. We've seen it 1,000 times. It always works. Look out. Driven down hard.
Oh, for the title.
And they kick out at 2.
He's still in the fight, but for how much longer?
Calculating the next move here. Shot after shot after shot. Oh!
Look at Orton here. And there's a fall-away slam.
Just got thrown around like a sack of you-know-what.
Uh-oh. Face first in the turnbuckle.
Boom! What a right. Wicked clothesline. The pin for the championship. Just kicks out.
You have to think this match is starting to take its toll.
Stomping away.
One after another. Orton mercilessly executing a devastating attack from the top.
Crash landing.
That could end Cena right now.
2. Oh, he kicked out.
Going up against John Cena has to be intimidating enough. And then he's able to kick out like that? Unbelievable.
And this match is still not over. Orton is seething at that kick out. Merciless attacks from the Viper.
Orton is doing a great job remaining engaged with the opposition.
Uh-oh. And Cena with the wherewithal to counter. Totally helpless at the moment. Face first. By the looks of that exchange, Randy may have just found an area in which he needs to improve. He quickly slides into the ring.
Randy Orton just daring his opponent to take their best shot. Uranagi. Man, oh man.
Into the suplex. Might not know where exactly he is right now, and it's about to get worse.
Hoisted up.
Elbow explosion. Following it up with the cover.
And he only stays down for a 1 count.
I can't believe it. He just won't go away.
Elbow drop.
Piercing.
Striking with a knee. The Viper in bad shape here.
This can't be how Randy Orton envisioned.
Here we go. Time to work out some aggression. Oof. Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe. Nothing pretty here. Just good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
Giving up now is not an option. They have to finish this.
Both absolutely drained, but both refusing to give up. Oh! Bam! Toe-to-toe, treating each other like heavy bags. Nothing pretty about this. Just a good old Donnybrook here. And just like that, the scales are imbalanced.
John Cena.
Sit-out power
Cover for the championship. Kick out before the count.
We are this far into the match. Where is this energy coming from?
Setting up for something here.
Is that going to decide it for Cena.
Makes the cover. 3, no.
Getting that shoulder up now is huge.
Oh, he had that scouted. Cover for the title. Looking for the pin. Cena's still in it.
And you got to think he's just one final blow away from not kicking out next time.
Dragon screw.
Big forearm.
Big snap. Body
Oh, you see the height on that?
Half Nelson applied.
Neck breaker. Climbing up the turnbuckle here.
From the top, the leader of the C Nation.
Vicious right forearm.
The guts, the resiliency we are seeing from Cena and Orton.
It's the stuff icons are made of.
Oh, and soon we could be seeing a submission here. We know John Cena never gives up.
A single leg camel clutch and a great counter.
He's in a bad way, but still has something left in the tank.
Oh, we know what comes next.
Hung up on the rope.
Vintage Randy Orton.
Randy's tapping into that place, unleashing the full might of the Apex Predator. The Viper about to give Cena a dose of venom.
That didn't look good for Cena at all. Now the aftermath is painted on his face.
We got a new champion.
Unbelievable.
Here is your winner, and the new undisputed WWE Champion, the Viper, Randy Orton.
A victory worthy of a new champion.
We really are looking at a new era, Cole. Soak it in.
I wouldn't be opposed to this ending. Again, maybe it's because Randy is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And it would be nice to see him with at least a world title reign again before his career ends. But I just don't believe that's going to be the ending. But this is what 2K predicts, so we'll see if that happens. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video today. If you did, make sure to drop a like. Make sure to comment down below what you think are the predictions for the matchups. Backlash, what do you think are going to be the results? Don't forget to hit subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And then make sure to hit that notification bell so you always are up to date when a new video drops on this channel. We have videos always dropping nearly every day. So yeah, just make sure to do all that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed WWE Backlash as much as I do. We'll see what the actual results are going to be. And yeah, if you're into WWE stuff or wrestling or WWE 2K specifically, make sure to check out my channel every Monday as well. So that's why I encourage you to turn on that notification bell, because so far every Monday we have the WWE 2K25 showcase series going on right now. So yeah, go check it out. But until next time, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it.